Hey everybody, it is a Thursday, it is One Life, and I have two amazing women with me this evening. Look at this, everybody. Not one, but two. Exciting, hey? So I have surprised you at One Life. I have brought two of the most amazing country artists to join me on the show this evening. It was only meant to be one, but we've got a secret surprise for Sammie Savora this evening. So Debbie Kelly, my amazing artist from America, and also a little eavesdrop on the Patsy Cline cousin thing going on in America. That we've got a special surprise for Sammie. So, Sammie, this evening we are going to introduce, like we normally do, and before we go into your best bits, we are going to tell you your secret surprise because Debbie is busy doing her Christmas album for everybody out there in the music world. And she is in the recording studio, and I managed to pull her away for your secret surprise. Okay. So, everybody on One Life, welcome to the show. It's going to be an absolute stalker of the show. Amazing music by the lovely Sammie Savora. And we've also got a really amazing show in relation to understanding about where Sammie brought up her music career and also this charitable support that she has given to the Meningitis Trust and all the other trusts that she's been working with. So we've got lots of interesting things to say. So, One Life, everybody. Danny's Foundation has joined us for the month. I don't know, Sammie, obviously you watched Helena's video last night. So, in relation to Danny's Foundation, they are on the show. Ken and Danny will be on the show tomorrow. I think I said last night that they were coming tonight, and then I forgot about Sammie. So, sorry about that. That's another reason why I thought I'll give you a nice surprise at the beginning of the show. So, hopefully, you won't ditch me halfway through the show.
Definitely.
There's Ken and Danny will be here tomorrow night. I forgot. I thought it was Friday night. I think I was wishing the week away. Debbie knows what I'm like, you know. I think it's because I've been so busy as well. I've not caught up what day I'm on. So anyway, if you want to come and see any more information about the Danny's Foundation and about the work that they do over in New York, please go and visit their Facebook page. We have been promoting them for the last week and a half. So everybody should know who they are by now in relation to supporting disabled artists around the world. They are absolutely fantastic, free of charge. They also do their amazing award show every single year where they get all the disabled artists to come and perform. And what a show. And it's definitely worth watching. It is absolutely amazing. And I'm so honored to be supporting them this month on the One Life show. So in relation to One Life, yes, we are having a Christmas party. Sammie, do you like parties?
Woohoo. I love a good party. Great knees up.
Fantastic. Brilliant. So we're having a knees up on the 19th, and all of our artists are basically going to be sent a link. You can come on the show live, or you can send us one of your Christmas songs or one of your releases for the Christmas period, and we will put it on the show live for everybody to hear. Okay. And we'll be having some wine and some mince pies together, and we'll be doing a raffle as well during the night. And then that's all in aid of Make the Wish Foundation, which is our charitable support month for next month. So we have got lots going on. So, everybody, shall we just get Debbie to introduce herself to Sammie and tell Sammie all about her music and how amazing she has had in terms of 2024, in terms of the awards, the singles, the albums, Patsy Cline. Oh, you've got loads to tell her. Quickly, give her a quick rundown, Debbie.
A quick rundown. Well, since August, I've won 4 awards. I've had 2 Artist of the Month awards. I had Rockabilly Song of the Year award in Europe. That was just recently. I got done. When was it? Sunday. This last Sunday. And basically, I'm a traditional country singer. I have jumped over into different genres. Last year I won for Bluegrass Song of the Year in Europe. So I'm venturous, but I love it. I am a cousin to Patsy Cline. My heart is traditional, and that's where I usually kind of stay. But singing is just my passion. I love to do it. And do you want me to tell her, or do you want to tell her?
Oh no, go on. No, I'm telling her I can't. No, I can't hold this on anymore.
Go ahead.
Okay, I can't hold this on anymore. Okay, so this month for the Danny's Foundation, we are making challenges to our artists. Okay, if you accept the challenge, that's absolutely fine. We would love you to accept our challenge, and if the challenge doesn't go ahead, the Danny's Foundation will be rewarded with some donations to their charity. So the rest of the artists, think that they're getting away with it. If I don't see that they're, this actual challenge does go ahead, they will be emptying their pockets as a Danny's Foundation, and I'll be after them. Okay, I'll send in the sun. I'm sure he will be coming around knocking on people's doors collecting money because he likes to do that sort of thing. Anyway, in relation to your challenge, Sammie, and why we're bringing it to the show so early, we was going to do it very, very late towards the show, towards the end, but we're going to do it at the beginning. So your challenge, Sammie, is you and the lovely Debbie Kelly are going to produce a female country duet
Ooh.
for the International Singer-Songwriters Association to put together something for their award ceremony in Atlanta next year. So the awards in Atlanta, their nominations and things like that will be going on. They look for singles, they look for albums, they look for anything what's going on. But a few of our artists are starting to get together. So Helena Mace and Paul Dupe are going to hopefully join together as a country duo. And put something in for the ISSA Awards. But I'd love you two to work together as hard as you can in 2025 and produce for One Life, because I have asked people to give it a mention, but also a little bit of a twist. Now, Sammie, I know you're very much into the Meningitis Association in terms of your charity, and there's also another association that you also wanted to mention on the show today. So I'm going to give you the choice. I would love this song to basically also reach out to that charity and be released for them as well. So get your thinking caps on, you two. Yeah, I've got two amazing artists, one from the UK, one from America, to work together and collaborate and produce me the most amazing track. How do you feel about that challenge, both of you?
I'm so down for that. Absolutely down for that.
Me too. When he sent me the message just a little bit ago, hey, would you want to do this? I'm like, sure.
Me too. I'm like, yes.
So it will be a duet next year. Not just for the ISSA. So if we get it done and we get it in, like finished, completed before deadlines of other award shows that I'm affiliated with, then we will also put it in those as well. So it's just not an award show. Whatever we can put it in, we will definitely put it in.
So something you might not know about me is that I am obsessed with duets.
Oh, wonderful.
Obsessed, completely obsessed with duets, duets, anything like that.
Wonderful.
So this is right up my alley.
I'm really excited. I'm so excited. Sammie, this came
my song, so my own
brilliant. Sammie, this came because I watched one of your podcasts, and I'm going to tell you off, young lady. Now, I'm an independent artist, have been for 20 years, and you said in one of your podcasts that there was not enough girl power.
There's not enough
when it comes to country music. Right. Debbie is going to show you how big country music is in America and introduce you to some of our American artists over in America, through the ISSA group. There is a tremendous amount of girl power, isn't there, Debbie, when it comes to country music?
This year I didn't win for my music, but I did win for best dress. And I went.
You did win for best dress in the ISSA. But Debbie, you were mentioning some of those awards. Come on. They roll off your tongue. Some of the awards that you put in for each year, let's mention a couple of those. Something that single might be going into.
Here you go.
Oh, a whole wall.
Yes. And then let's see if I can.
Okay, I'm excited. Oh my goodness.
That's just on the outside of the wall. Yeah. So I mean, I enjoy singing, and I'm so appreciative for any of the awards that my music is nominated for, and I'm sure you are as well. But even just being nominated, because there's so many people out there that don't get nominated, and they only take a certain amount of people, you know. So being on the list and not winning, at least you're nominated. Your name is still out there. People still get to recognize you.
I've actually just had my first nominations actually for Song of the Year from Museboat Live, Musie's Live, and Best Pop Folk Song.
Awesome.
That just came in last night, funnily enough.
Good. Yeah, we can get this duet. We can make it.
We will make it the best duet ever.
I'm so excited. I really am excited. Debbie, before you go, would you like to hear one of Sammie's songs?
Yes, please.
Fantastic. So I am going to play her Toe Tapper, absolutely amazing song that she sent over. And I'm going to get Sammie to tell the world all about how she come up with this amazing song. Okay, while I just get it loaded up. It's okay to be alone, and it's her music video as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So you got to tell us how you put the music video.
Yeah, it's my first. I filmed that in August. So basically, I realized there were so many songs that are about love songs, breakups, heartbreaks, heartaches, and I thought, well, what about the movement of single people who are happy about being single? I don't mean like, oh, I want to date people, but the people that have done the dating scene, they're happy. They might not have kids. They're living on their own and they're drinking margaritas on a Friday night, you know, toe tapping to songs like this. So I wanted to write a song that was for happy single people that love their lives. You're just sitting in their gardens with a beer and, you know, great music playing, that you don't need a partner to be happy and fulfilled.
Exactly.
You know, if that's your thing, that's great. If you've met the soulmate love of your life, that's fantastic. But for those of us who haven't, or maybe you've got to that point where we don't really want to, that's what this song is about.
Fantastic. Do you know what, everybody? It doesn't have to just be for single people. It's also kept me company because everybody knows that Vanessa's away this week. So I've been tapping around in the living room to this song, and I know you will be also. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's okay to be alone, me, myself at home. Nobody here for me to answer to. I'll dance around the room, it ain't all doom and gloom. I'm exactly where I wanna be. I don't need no one, 'cause I know how to have fun on my own. I do what I want on my own. I do things you don't on my own. I know that I can't lose on my own. I live the way I choose because I'm on my own. I'm on my own. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone when I go out to church. The dinner reservation's just for one. I'll drink a glass of wine. People watch to pass the time. What I've got is good enough for me. I don't need no one. I don't need no one. 'Cause I know how to have fun on my own. I do what I want on my own. I do things you don't on my own. I know that I can't lose on my own. I live the way I choose because I'm on my own. On my own. It's okay to be alone. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's okay to be, really okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone. It's okay. okay to be alone. It's okay to be really okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone.
Wonderful.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
All over your house.
Absolutely love it.
I love
I'll
it.
tell you what. It's one of the things that my partner always says to me, and it's really weird. Sammie, and I'll talk to you about this a bit later on in the show. She always says to me, it's okay to be alone. You've got a real thing about not being on your own, Adrian. It's okay to be alone. And she says that. And when you sent me that, I was thinking, that's what she says to me all the time. I think she's trying to send me a like subliminal message.
Well, no, it's not just for singletons, like you said. It's like in a relationship, it's great to have time apart sometimes, so you can miss each other, right? And you can actually do the things that boys want to do and girls want to do. You know, you can.
Fantastic.
That's thinking. I'm a friend of mine. We're going to sing karaoke down in a whole nother city, and she's like, "Is he coming?" I said, "Nope, just you and me." She says, "Yes."
Exactly. It's like, have you ever taken a guy like shopping for clothes and they're sitting there toe tapping like, oh, are you done yet? It's like, if you go with a girlfriend, you can sit and have cocktails at the same time as you're trying Zara dresses on.
Exactly.
This is the point of the song. Have fun on your own.
It is. And what a great song to start the show. Debbie Kelly, the amazing Debbie Kelly. Thank you so much for coming on the show this evening.
Thank you,
I'm
Deb.
going to say goodbye to you now, Debbie. I'm going to let you go back to the studio and I'm going to interview this most amazing Sammie Savoy tonight and let everybody else know a bit more about Sammie, and we'll send you the video so you can see it later, okay?
Please do. Thank you. You're wonderful.
Soon, Debbie. Look forward to working with you.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Take good care. See you later. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
That's going to be amazing. Oh gosh.
What a way to start the show.
Duets are my thing.
Right, you. Let's get on to your best bits. Let's get on to telling the world and One Life all about you. So a little bit from your bio. So you burst into the country music scene in August 23 with your debut single, It's Going to Be a Long Night. It's going to be a long night tonight. Charting in top 10 of the UK iTunes music chart with equally successful follow-up of releases out now. Her songs have been played far across the UK. And are you from Wales?
I'm from Wales. Well, originally.
I love Wales. It's one of my favourite parts of the UK. I love Wales. In relation to your music, it's regularly played. You know, you've got essentially next single has been released in 2025. That's a bit of a lie. There's one just come out in October.
It just came out, but I've got another one coming. I've got 6 more already.
Yeah, so a few more. So you told your fans and you told your followers you weren't going to release anymore, and then all of a sudden 6 more come in.
There's 6 more coming. They've already been mastered. They're ready to go, but I'm kind of holding on to them. I'm singing them live, just dropping unreleased songs into my live set.
Drop them with a hat as they go along, yeah? I love it. I love it. Do you know what? It's the best part about being an independent artist. You can just drop a song whenever you want, you know.
I did it last night at the Sound Lounge.
Did you?
Session. I dropped 2 brand new ones.
Fantastic. Brilliant. So, you know, in terms of your music and in terms of sort of your releases, they're fantastic. We've heard one of them already. It's definitely toe tapping music. It's fantastic music. Really enjoy it. But before we go on to your music journey, one of the reasons we bring artists onto One Life is the local and national charitable support. And all of our artists are artists. You know, even your presenter is an artist. He's an independent artist. We are all committed to supporting local and national charities around the world. So your sort of support that you sent in your bio was absolutely amazing. And you go out quite regularly supporting the British Heart Foundation and also raising money for meningitis. Which are 2 really important sort of charities in the UK, but needs for the support in relation to charity. So those 2 particular charities, why have we been raising money for those particular charities?
So I've actually got a few charities that I support. So meningitis is actually a friend of mine, James Vince. He runs Live in the Living Room. And it's a live in the living room gives back event that he does at the Bedford in Balham every November. It's coming up this Sunday. And he does these writers' rounds where he puts 3 artists on the stage at the same time, and they all each sing 3 songs. And it's for charities, for meningitis. And so last year, that was my first ever gig, and I sang at the Bedford. There are about 30 artists that play. It's from 12 till 9 o'clock in the evening, and all the proceeds go to meningitis charities, because James himself had meningitis when he was 18. And so he is a massive advocate and a massive supporter for that. And since he's a friend of mine, obviously all the artists will give up their time for free so that he can
brilliant.
Fill out the...
and then how often does that happen throughout the year?
It's every November, but I think he does a couple of other ones sort of April time. And they're always at the Bedford in Balham. So, but it's just...
Nobody's going to know where the Bedford in Balham is. Explain a bit. Is it in Wales?
No, it's in London.
It's in London. Okay, so I've got that completely wrong.
South London. No, it's a pub in South London that Ed Sheeran used to play at and James Bay played at. They shredded the boards there. So it's a very iconic venue.
Brilliant. So if you're around at the Bedford in London, not in Wales, okay, Adrian's geography, I failed geography miserably when I was a kid.
Me too, don't.
And I live in the southwest now, so I'm hiding away like down by the sea, and I don't think I've experienced the rest of the world for quite some time, so that's probably why I didn't know where it was. But it sounds really cool. So it sounds amazing.
You've got about 30 artists networking, and also when they come off the stage, they're sitting in the audience with you, so you get to talk to all these amazing artists. They've got incredible headliners, and it's a whole evening, whole day, whole afternoon, whole evening.
Brilliant.
So that's
Sammie, I don't know if you can see it, but we have got comments coming live on the screen this evening. People are actually sending stuff in. So basically, I have got somebody from the country music social media have come to say hi.
That's Ken. That must be Ken and Helena.
It might be Helena. And they've basically just said, my wife had meningitis. We're going to support live in the living room as well.
That is Ken Meakin. He's coming too with his wife Jill. So they are coming on Sunday. Everyone in London and around the UK is going to be there on Sunday. So if you can still get a ticket, come along. It's going to be
fantastic. So there you go. We have got people watching your show, and they are texting in. So I will interrupt if people do text in as well.
But the other charities that I personally support are things that have affected me personally. So obviously, I lost my father 18 months ago. He had a heart attack and lived in Japan. So that the Heart Foundation gets donations from me. And my sister was profoundly deaf since birth. So I've always supported deaf charities for that reason. Oh. And obviously cancer affects everyone at some point in our lives. We've lost somebody to that. So wow. I support that.
Thank you. Do you know what? Thank you so much. And I think one of the things that I love doing as an artist myself is producing, the music that I do for One Life. It's something I'm very passionate about, something I've always done as an artist, in terms of supporting local and national charities. And it's very dear to my heart. And the album, when it does get finally finished, we'll have a collaboration of artists around the world who are making music for local and national charities. And I smile every time I do this bit of the show, because, it warms my heart to know so many people are doing the same thing, and providing charities with an amazing single, or, an amazing album, or an amazing festival, but two, also to put a smile on people's face when they're going through the most difficult time, or, they're going through a time where they just need something to jolly them along, because life's getting really tough. And, music, I think, is the best way to keep people in high spirits or give someone a special memory.
It's the connecting factor for all of us. It can pick you up when you're feeling at your worst. And I've got a friend who's in remission from cancer, and she put it to me whether I would do a charitable gig for a cancer charity. And I mean, obviously this year we're going towards the end of the year, but next year I would certainly look at that, get a bunch of my friends together and do a charitable evening of music.
Fantastic. That's really great. So thank you so much for everything you do. You know, that's really, really appreciated. And I'm glad to have you part as the One Life family, because we're all doing the same thing. And it's great to have you as part of our family.
I'm happy to be here.
So in relation to music, in relation to how you started, you know, you started very young, you know, you was drawn into the family sort of scenario, like many of us, where you had to listen to certain CDs, or, you know, you were really drawn into being a musician. How did it all start off for you? Where did it all begin?
So I was raised on a farm in Wales, and we had horses. I used to ride all the time. So I was a proper cowgirl, proper country bumpkin. Spent my whole life on horses, herding cattle and sheep. And my uncles were in a band, and they're still in this. One of them's still in the same band called the Dogie Band. So I was literally brought up around a musical family. They all play guitar. My father was a singer-songwriter, drummer in bands in Italy. So it was just a matter of time. And I went to a school that was super, super music orientated. People played the harp and the piano by the time they were 6. I didn't play any instruments, but I joined the choir very, very early on. And so I learned how to get an ear for sopranos, altos, mezzos. And I guess I really paid attention at school. And then I joined, I joined a duet where I was in part of a duet, and we won loads of competitions in Wales. I was in the choir in Wales, represented my school. And then I went to university at 18 years old, and I just couldn't sing in front of another soul after that. People would say, "Can you sing?" And I went, "Nope." Absolute crippling stage fright, to the point I would shake. I'd be physically shaking. So I haven't really sang in public for 30 years. And then last year, I thought, you know, I've got nothing to lose. So I started releasing my songs, which actually it happened during COVID time. Just before COVID, I had 10 guitar lessons. I brought a guitar over from Australia, where I lived for 15 years. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to learn to play it. So I had 10 lessons, and then COVID hit. And so I thought, I'm going to keep learning guitar. Then I started writing songs to the melodies that I was making up in my head and putting them down in Logic. And then I hired Lewis Fowler, one half of 2 Ways Home, as my producer. And he's produced all 12 of my songs. So rest is history.
The rest is definitely history, but it was stage fright. You know, tell me a bit. I remember like going when I was going on stage, but I used to hate going on stage because I couldn't dance. And I was a wedding singer, so I was expected to dance. I used my cheeky chappy self, and I got away with it. The moves were no good as Ollie Murs, but at the end of the day, I could not dance. So that was one of my stage frights, getting on stage and thinking there's going to be someone saying or taking a mick out of me because I can't dance. But stage fright is a thing for so many singers, and it really does get to the point where you just cannot get that voice out where you naturally do when you're in the studio at home. You know, how did you get over that? What was it that got you to the point going, do you know what, I can do this? Did you have to envisage everybody naked when you know when you were singing to them? Or
Absolutely. Well, the dancing I have covered because my mother was a professional ballet dancer and I've been dancing my whole life. The dancing I've got covered, and I can dance in front of anyone. But then when it came to singing, I thought, you know what, if you're going to release songs, you're going to have to actually sing live. And so when I was asked to sing at the Bedford at this meningitis charity gives back event, I said yes. And I called my mum and said, I've just said yes to a really big gig as my first ever gig, first time singing in front of people since I was 18. I forced myself to do it. I thought, right, I'm just going to say yes to every opportunity that comes my way. And I'm going to suck it up and just fit. One of my songs says, feel the fear and do it anyway. Just get up there. How hard could it be? If you have a bum note or you hit a wrong chord, nobody's going to know because they're your songs. So I thought, just do it. And I forced myself. I've been doing open mics all over London. It's just a matter of trying to get comfortable with it. I don't think I'll ever be completely butterfly free, but I'm feeling much more comfortable up there now that I've been doing this for a year. But I think you just have to battle outside of your comfort zone. You can't stay in a comfort zone.
No, and I think that's for all of us artists is you know, you move out of that comfort zone because you end up enjoying music. You don't care about the feedback from everybody else. It's because you enjoy the release of how that makes you feel as an artist as well. I think everybody thinks it's about how we make others feel. Actually, it's how we feel. You know, I don't know about you. I wake up to my next song and I wake up in the morning, I'm so excited. I've got that buzz feeling that it's going to be released and that final master comes through. And that's why I do it, because actually for me, there's no bigger butterfly in my tummy knowing my music. I want everybody to enjoy my music, and I want everybody to celebrate my music with me and think, oh, that's an absolutely great track, that's a banger. But actually for me as an artist, it's just as exciting.
It is so exciting. And, you know, when I was at the Bedford for this big gig last year, I actually was in the green room, and I was talking about how nervous I'd been to get on stage. And it was funny how many seasoned artists were saying, yeah, I've had nerves and butterflies my whole life. You just push past it. And they're almost saying that it's actually a good thing to have some nerves, because it means you care and you've got that, come on, I want to give a good performance. And I think a certain degree of butterfly is actually a good thing when you're singing live.
Definitely. It's adrenaline. It's adrenaline at the end of the day, isn't it?
Adrenaline, but you know, the adrenaline that makes your throat really dry despite loads of water. But I think it's just, you know, trying to relax your shoulders. Once I've sang the first bar, I'm completely fine. Absolutely fine. Loving it. So I think
you think top artists. Come on, look at Eminem. You know, if you watch 8 Mile, you know, Eminem's biggest fear on stage was, you know, people not wanting to listen to him as a white rap artist, you know, being scared to sing what he thought, you know, no one would listen to. And he's like the most amazing, talented singer that anyone in the rap world, you know, would hear. And, you know, but you listen to him and you see how he was scared going on stage.
Terrified.
No, so it is very real. Some really amazing artists.
And it's like
so,
Adele.
Yeah.
Adele and George Michael were terrified until they got to the wings.
Exactly.
I mean, and they're some of the biggest artists in the world ever known. So I feel like, I think I felt, because I thought I'm the only one, you're an idiot because you want to be a singer and you're terrified of performing. It's just mad. But then when everybody else said, we feel exactly the same way and we've been doing this for years, I was like, okay, so I'm not the only one that feels this way. So it's kind of comforting in that sort of sense. You think
and you're not alone. You know, you're not alone. And you know, I'll go right back to the beginning when you were talking about girl power. We are going to show you girl power, because I'll tell you what, girl power does exist. Come on, in the UK we had the Spice Girls. Okay, now we've got a country duo who is going to go for the ISSA Awards next year and also support One Life. You know, and there are some amazing country artists. I am going to introduce you to the ISSA group, so you get to meet some of the other stars who are basically just come away from the Grammys this weekend. Some of those ones on One Life are part of One Life as well, who put in for the Grammys this weekend. So there's some amazing country artists, and I'll introduce you to some of my friends and some of our colleagues from One Life. So in relation to your highlights of 2024, I gave you a few on the show. Has there been anything particular this year that's been absolutely amazing for you?
I think all the gigs that I've done. I did one gig in particular supporting Paul Adams. Have you heard of Mr. Paul Adams?
I have, yes, I know Mr. Paul Adams. He probably doesn't know me personally, but I do know Paul Adams. I have heard his music. Well, and I think he sent it to one of my radio shows.
Yeah, I mean, I met him at the Bedford last year. He was headlining, and he invited me to support him in Aylesbury in September, end of September, just gone. And I had a half an hour slot, managed to sing 6 of my songs. And it was just so amazing to get to do a full set of my songs rather than just the 1 or 2 you get at open mics. I got to sing so many of my songs. And just watching people connecting, and you can hear a pin drop. I love it. When I sing my songs in the style that I do, it's just so amazing that people are intently looking at you, listening. I love that.
And it's just great feeling. Highlight. Absolutely great feeling. So what we're going to do, we're halfway through the show now. One of your songs that you sent me was called "The One Who Deserves Me." Now, yes, I get the thing of being Mr. Singleton, but I think there's a special subliminal message in this one. Is there a special one who deserves you? Is there someone out there? You know, what's this song all about?
This song is about the fact that I am a terrible chooser of men, apparently. If you put 100 men, the sweetest men in the room, I'd pick the one bad guy.
Okay.
It's kind of a song about wondering. So I've had all the heartbreaks you can imagine, like probably everybody. But it's about still holding the faith that there is somebody out there for me. There's billions of people on the planet. There's one out there for me. It's just a question of if I meet them. So Okay to Be Alone is about, I'm fine if I don't meet you, not a problem. But this song is like keeping that door open just in case I sort of cross.
Okay, there you go. Lonely Hearts section of One Life. There you go. Sammie support is open for, like, you know, anybody popping an inbox tonight. No, not really. Not really. I'm joking. Okay, but fantastic song. I absolutely love it. And it is a pin drop song. So I was listening to it earlier and you could hear a pin drop in my room for sure. So The One Who Deserves Me will be played right now.
To be loved. Maybe I give too much when all they do is take. But do I really need to change? To
Hear it my side.
I'm going to apologise because I think that's gone halfway through, hasn't it?
I definitely can't hear it on my side.
Let me try and get it played for you. Let's see we go. Can you hear it now? It is playing. We'll just play it to the world and they can hear it and you can't. Okay.
That's fine.
Imagine you're hearing it, okay? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And yes, the rest of the world could hear your lovely song. The gentleman who's singing The gentleman who's singing in the background.
That's Lewis from Two Ways Home.
That's Lewis, is it?
That is
What an
Lewis,
amazing
my
voice.
producer. He's incredible.
Love his voice. He's got an incredible voice. And you make an incredible, duet, absolutely fantastic.
I'm obsessed with that song.
Really?
His voice.
No, I know why. I know why. It was a brilliant duet. Have you sung before? Is that the first one you've done together?
That's the first one we did. And you know how it came about? We had a double-sided mic in the studio, when you do the guide tracks. And he said, hey, I think we should record the guitars together. You do the finger picking style and I'll do the complex parts. And I was singing the guide track and he started singing the harmonies back at me. And my face, I was recording it. And I went like this. You can see me clearly go. And afterwards I said, you have to duet with me on this. And he said, okay.
Fantastic. We need to get that out and we need to get people hearing that amazing song because it is an absolutely amazing song. Now, one of the biggest things that people in the UK are very obsessed with when we hear the word Wales is Gavin and Stacey. Gavin and Stacey is coming back at Christmas, and this is made by Christmas that Gavin and Stacey's coming back. And as soon as you said you come from Wales, I was thinking, you know what? That's my connection to Wales. Well, actually, no. Barry Island is my connection to Wales because when I was little, I spent all of my life in Barry Island. And I literally, that's all I done for the whole of my childhood is go to Butlins in Barry Island.
Oh my God.
But that and Gavin and Stacey. But there was also something I found very interesting about how you choose your songs. Now, you told me, on your podcast, but also on your Facebook, you said that you choose your songs through different movie lines, through Fame, through Pretty Woman and things like that. Is there a line from Gavin and Stacey that you could make a song into? It'd be really cool if there was.
I'll have to rewatch it. I probably could.
You have to rewatch it.
Could. I mean, I'm slightly obsessed with Nicholas Sparks, and my dream goal in life is to have one of my songs playing in one of his movies. And he's about to release a new movie, I think. So I'm going to have to pick up his A&R because I think the one I sang at Sutton Sound Lounge last night, I think would be perfect for it. So, and that's not released yet.
Brilliant. I think it'd be a good idea.
But I mean, a lot of my songs. So the Dear John with Tatum and Amanda Seyfried. That's where I'll See You Soon came from. That tagline where they say, "It's not goodbye, I'll see you soon." Then
that's really clever.
Say it back. So I took that line and I wrote a whole song around it.
Oh wow! Okay, and you did it with Fame as well, didn't you? That was one of the first ones in the 80s.
Fame is actually a cover of a song that was in the original soundtrack. And the guy that wrote it is an Emmy Award nominated singer-songwriter. And he wrote the theme tune to the sitcom Cheers as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And I wrote to him and he wrote back to me. I was like, I'm releasing your song. And he said, love it. Great.
Oh, wow.
Didn't expect a reply, but he did. And then have you seen the Sex and the City spin-off and Just Like That?
Yes.
So one of my songs that I'm releasing next year, I've Got to Get Back to Me, was when Charlotte York was saying, I've got married, had kids, and I've forgotten who I am. Got to get back to me. So I stole that line. Wrote it. So
it's a really clever idea. Now, I'm a songwriter. I've been a songwriter for all my life, and one of the things you said in one of your podcasts is like, where do you produce songs? I produce mine in the shower sometimes. My American friends think it's very funny when I turn around and say that sometimes I write music in the bath and they take the mickey out of our UK bath language.
I keep my phone in the bath.
I know. I produce wherever I produce. It just comes up in my mind. I'm thinking, I've got to get that down on the pen and paper. I've dropped my phone in the bath so many times when I've been thinking of a song.
There, in case it hits me, I've got to sing it into the phone.
I know, it's crazy. But the fact that you bring lines from movie scenes and make those in songs, anyone who's doing singer-songwriting out there, perhaps that's a really good idea for someone else. Watch a good film, pick a line and then make a song about it. It's fantastic. A really good idea.
Well, if you're a songwriter, you either come up with the idea, what do you want to write a song about, or you come up with a melody. And I'm a melody person. And I listen, when you're sitting on the tube, I'll be listening to you, or in a restaurant, I'll be listening to you. And I'll be listening at conversations to see if there's any lines I go, oh, that's a great line. So, yeah. Watch what you say around
What's
me.
what's the weirdest place that you've written a song? I think mine. I can't. I will tell you. I was sitting on a beach and I was sitting near the cliff, and I think my phone didn't survive that day because I was excited about the song that I was just about to write in my mind. I was literally sitting on a blanket, and I was literally went to go and grab my phone, and it just fell. And I was like, I'm not writing that song tonight. And I've also got an insurance claim on my iPhone. I was thinking, do you know what? I shouldn't have sat so close to the cliff. But that was where I wanted to write my song. You know, I've been some weird scenarios with the phone going in the bath, etc. But for you, you know, you said in the shower on one of your podcasts. Where else?
I write songs in my garden, in the shower, up a mountain surrounded by sheep. On a beach, in my car, because I don't know when it's going to hit me, when it's going to strike, and when it strikes, I'm like pad of paper, old school lyrics writing.
Let's get this down quickly.
Literally, I get the melody, then I get the guitar out to get the chords, and then I'm like, what words will fit in, what movie? I write all these one-liners down so I can go, oh, that was a good one. How am I feeling about that? Fantastic. So movies and TV shows are great if you need inspiration.
Definitely. So a Christmas film, have we got Christmas films coming out this year? Is anything going to inspire you? I don't know what's coming out this year. I was looking through the normal UK version of the TV guide, which always tells us what's going on the Christmas. It's always the same, isn't it? Home Alone, you know, all the normal stuff. So I don't know if there's anything what's going to inspire us.
I watched The Holiday for about the billionth time the other day, and I heard the line, "I'll be seeing you." And I thought, well, I've already written that song.
I've already done that one.
Soon then. But I bet you if I went into that whole movie, I could find a line to write.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. Do you know, it's fantastic to find out how people put together songs, and it is very funny. In relation to 2025, New Year's coming up, you know, you've already dropped a clanger to your fans telling everybody that there's new singles coming out, you know, but what's life going to look like for you? What's your hopes and dreams for next year?
So I just want to do, I've applied for all the festivals. I want to do festivals if I can get in. I might be still a little bit new to it all, but I'd love to do some festivals, you know, like Black Deer or Long Road or Buckle and Boots, any of those festivals. I want to release my 6 singles. I want to do loads of gigs. I want to do some headline gigs. I want it to be called Sammie, Soravia and Friends. And I want to have surprise artists and have my favourite friend artists come and join me.
Fantastic. So, I'm sure we can get that sorted for you, and I'm sure we can get some special guests coming over to your shows as well to support you with your amazing meningitis trust and with your friend and things like that. We've already got some people who have said that they'll come over and join you to play, but that's going to be fantastic. So we are soon going to have to wrap up. I would like you to say, if there's anybody out there, a special thank you to who's contributed to your music career, because I'm sure there's absolutely loads out there.
There's so many, but I mean, obviously my family and friends who are amazing, been there through thick and thin. Specifically, who's on here? Ken Meakin, Helena Mace, they've been amazing. The women at Crazy Women Country are incredible. Voice of a Woman, Boots of UK, Nicola Harris, been great. And pretty much everyone that's followed me or supported me in some way. Paul Adams, my first supporting gig. So, and James Vince, Live in the Living Room, giving us opportunities. So, yeah, basically anyone that supported me, I just love you all. You're amazing. all the DJs that play my songs.
Fantastic. Well, you're part of One Life family now, and it's been an absolute pleasure. We would love to come and grab you in the next. Well, we've got to now, because basically we're working with you now. You have now been set a task. You're very welcome. Good, and I'm glad you've enjoyed yourself, and I'm happy that you've taken us up on our One Life challenge for the night. And I will give you Debbie's details after the show tonight, so you two can hook up and get this duet going. And I'm really excited about that. And I just want to thank everybody who's joined us at One Life, joined us to come and see the amazing Sammie Soravia. I've had an absolutely brilliant evening. Just remember, down below, the Danny's Foundation, keep supporting them, go to their website, donate to their charity, and also make sure that you join us tomorrow night. And this is for sure this time, okay? I'm not lying. I'll just double check with Sammie. Sammie, is it Friday tomorrow?
It is Friday tomorrow.
Ah, see, I've got it right this time. So live tomorrow night on Friday night, before Adrian goes out and celebrates for the weekend because he's absolutely knackered, the Ken and Danny will be here live on the show to come and talk to you about this Danny's Foundation over in New York. So if you want to come and join us tomorrow night, and you want to know about the Danny's Foundation, please tune in on One Life at 7 p.m. I'll be here with Ken and Danny. See, I can't even speak. It's been one of those shows tonight. Okay. So good night, everybody. Enjoy your evening. I am off. See you later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.